What is up, team? Welcome back to the Red Storm Rap Reaction Podcast. I'm Pat Kane, and St. John's just got humiliated again. This isn't a replay. You're not listening to the same episode I just did about the Villanova game. Again, humiliated. And if it's like if you went to someone, you said, hey, you draw up our worst offensive performance ever, they're like, sure, yeah, come Villanova. They're like, oh, that was great. Now can you draw up the worst defensive performance ever? Oh, you want like Marquette bad? Worse. Oh, so like Seton Hall bad? Worse. Oh, like Xavier first half bad? Worse. All right, how about 104 points to Creighton in a 40-minute college basketball game? 104 points you give up of all different varieties. Open layups, open dunks, open threes, fast break, in the paint, unguarded, over and over and over again. Offensive rebounds, putbacks, over and over and over again. And St. John's just let it happen, man. They look like a team without a leader tonight. And they looked leaderless. They had no direction. Offensive, there was just no purpose, no meaningful offense. Take the first shot you can find, hope it goes in, and maybe you'll get back on defense. But it's not like we were back on defense looking for stops. We were just looking to get the ball back so we could take another shitty shot. And it was over and over again. And the first 8 minutes of this game was freaking fool's gold. We had a couple tough shots by Jones go in. We got some easy open threes by Storr. Thankfully, EJ Storr was on St. John's team tonight because without him, we would have had 50 points and lost by 50. He played a fantastic offensive game, and that kid has tons of potential, and he's really putting together on the offensive end. And it sucks that he had to, we had to have the performance by the rest of the team tonight on a night where he looked so good on the offensive end. He was not the issue. Defensively, we were a freaking sieve. The whole team, man. 1 through 11, whoever you want to count. Wusu, who's usually a good defender, was getting blown by, not putting hands up on closeouts. Pinzone, again, getting seeked out. Curbelo lost in help defense time after time again. I mean, you don't score 104 points on the other team letting you do it. Doesn't matter how hot you are. You got to freaking put up a stance and play some goddamn defense, and St. John's did not do it. It was pathetic. I mean, as bad as our offensive performance was against Villanova, I think this is worse. I mean, this was bad, terrible. Just laid down and gave up in that second half. I mean, you gave up 52 points in both halves. 52 freaking points in both halves. That second half, you can maybe say some of that's because you gave up, and that's not a compliment to you, but, you're down 30 points. It happens. You're down 8, 9 points in the first half, and you get about 52 points in the first half of a college basketball game. What kind of preparation goes into that? I mean, do we notice how much Creighton makes the other 4 defenders work? They put you in so many freaking situations where you got to help, recover, switch, talk, communicate. Ball screens, off screens, curls, pin downs, flares. I can just name everything, and it makes sense because Creighton does it all. And they make you freaking guard. And St. John's takes one dribble and takes pull-up jumpers. How many 15-foot jumpers, 17-foot jumpers, foot on the freaking heels on the three-point line shots we take in the first half? Close to 20 in the game. I want to be surprised. Man, I posted some stats today. St. John's takes the least threes in the Big East. They make the least free throws. And if you're not doing either of those things well, what's your offensive identity? We didn't turn over Creighton tonight. What's our offensive identity? Taking mid-range jump shots? That's the identity of a losing team, and that's what we are, so I guess we'll take it. Man, freaking frustrating. And, it's apathetic because once it was 13 points at half, we didn't come out, with any pulse to start the second half, you knew where it was going. I mean, you knew it before then, really. You knew it well before then. But you knew it was going to just keep creeping up towards 20, towards 30. If we played for another 10 minutes and Creighton wanted to, they could have beat us by 40 points tonight. We were just not going to stop them on the defensive end, not once. Freaking pathetic. It's embarrassing. It's what it is. No leader, no direction, no purpose on anything going on in the court. It's not looking good. And the time is running out, and I think we know where this is headed. And unless there's a miraculous turnaround and they're not just, us competing like we should, us turning the script and getting wins in places we shouldn't, this season is on the way to a disaster if it's not already a disaster. If you categorize it as disaster, I wouldn't call you wrong at all. I mean, tonight was embarrassing, and it came off the heels of another embarrassing game when maybe for a slight second you got the hope up from your fans, and they came out to support you at Madison Square Garden. You laid a complete egg, and you go on the road and you do this crap. I mean, it's pathetic. See if Creighton is a great offensive team. See if they scored 104 points any other point in the season against a decent team. I'm sure they didn't do it against the scrub teams they faced. I mean, it's just freaking embarrassing. Layups, open threes, careless turnovers. Freaking embarrassing. Let's look at the box score. One thing you got to look at there, and that's just the name highlighted in green. AJ Storr, 23 points, 9 for 16 from the field, 3 for 5 from three. He was looking to drive. He was being aggressive. He drove left hard. He drove right hard. He had some pull-up jump shots. Showed really the complete offensive package tonight, and I wish he would have took 25 shots. 2 rebounds and assist. The one assist he had was a nice find to Wusu on a cut. Wusu made that layup. He smoked a wide open layup earlier in the game. Soriano came up 1 rebound short of his double-double. I think he accumulated a lot of those stats in the second half, though, if I'm being honest. Storr, it's nothing else, okay? We had 9 points from our bench. Corbella went 2 for 8. Pinzone went 1 for 4. They combined for 7 points. King got some minutes, 0 for 2 from the field, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers. As a team, we had 12 turnovers. Look at the team stats. We only turned Creighton over 7 times. They had 22 assists to their 7 turnovers, and they shot 57% from the field, 37% from three, 21 free throw attempts to our 14. We got beaten all categories tonight. I mean, it was pathetic from start to finish. 52 points in each half. We failed to score 40 in each half, and that's the result you get. And if you don't think it can get worse, well, it definitely can get worse. Georgetown comes to the Garden on Sunday. You know it's going to be a dead house. NFL Sunday. St. John's has 0 buzz, 0 momentum. Georgetown coming off a win. You don't want to see a freaking hot Georgetown team in the Garden, St. John's. No siree. And don't think for a second that they're just not good enough to beat you on talent alone. There's some talent on that team. And now they got to win, and they're probably feeling themselves, and St. John's going to be more down in the gutter. And if you lose to Georgetown on your home court, well, you might as well pack your bags up then, Coach Anderson, because you won't recover from that. And it's going to be hard to recover from this, as is. But you lose to Georgetown on your home court, bye-bye. I mean, they'll boo you out of out of the arena, whatever 2,500 fans are in there. Don't make it any worse than it already is. But I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of fans, as sad as it is, rooting for that loss just to make it worse. You know, and that's what you get when you have put fans in this situation where they haven't. I think we've had 3 seasons this millennium over 500 in the Big East. 3 seasons over 500 in conference play this millennium. Think about how many fans in the last 23 years have witnessed just garbage. And now you're stuck with guys hoping we lose so we make a coaching change. And I hate that shit. I'm not going to be rooting for losses. But I can't blame people for wanting change. But I'm going to keep supporting these kids, and I hope you guys keep supporting these kids. It's not their fault that they're leaderless at this point. It's not their fault. Everything's going the opposite direction. Yeah, there's some things they can do better. Yeah, they got to show up and play 40 minutes. They're not without blame, but I'm not putting the fault on these guys, and I won't stop rooting for them. I appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate those who came in the live chat. You know, I'm going to keep doing this win or lose. Appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the subscribers, the likes, the comments, everything, good and bad. Hit me with your opinion. We can agree, disagree. It doesn't matter. If you want to come on the podcast, let me know. If you want to come on through the live streams, let me know. Please continue to subscribe to the podcast. The previews will only be on YouTube. The live streams will be on YouTube and Twitter. For Tomas Yesalonis, this has been Pat Kane, Red Storm Rap Reaction Podcast. Stay in there. Hang tough. Peace.